Hey youngsters, how are you doing? And I hope your day is well. Well, as you see, my website is starting to get going, or actually my YouTube channel for you. All I ask is to spread the word to your friends and bring them. I'm trying to teach you something that it's hard to explain it in a sense, and I feel in life that I feel the greatest is when I'm helping somebody else. Um, But our topic today, in this video here today, is basically we're going to talk about personality traits. And you're like, personality traits? What is personality traits, right? You got to understand, have you ever sat and noticed as a teenager, even adult, if you adults are watching, this isn't just for teenagers, but every person is different, right? You're like, wow, why does that person act like that? And I act normal, or you know what I mean? Everybody is different. Now, any of you have ever heard of Socrates? Some of you that have, great job, because he's an important figure in history, right? If you haven't, we need to go back and look at what your teachers are teaching you, all right? Socrates was a Greek philosopher way, way back in the day. I'm talking probably, I think, 1,000 years. Don't quote me on that, but a long time ago, right? He was a philosopher. He studied human nature a little bit, and he explained it, and he came up with 4 terms that describes a person's personalities and why they act the way they do, right? Now, mind you, these 4 words have been used for a long time, but I have found that they are correct. And a lot of other people have too. They have written books on this. One of the books is called Personality Plus. It is only $11 on Amazon Kindle, or actually hardback. It's a great book. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you as a teenager why these will help you. Because you will be able to see why a teacher is the way he or she is. Why do they teach the way they teach? Or why does this person act the way they do? Or, and things like that. But also you will be able to utilize it in order when you talk to somebody. Because if you're a certain type and you talk to somebody who's not like you, they're not going to understand you fully. So you'll be able to pick it up before you even speak and then be able to tailor yourself to that person, right? Now, these 4 words are called phlegmatic, sanguine, melancholy, and choleric. Now I'm going to describe each one in real short terms to give you the gist of what each one means. Okay? Clerics are very detailed oriented persons. Everything's got to be in order. They have to have solid info before they make decisions. When they talk with very detailed type of speaking. Everything is in detail. Like, you'll ask them a question, or this teacher will explain something, and it'll be so detailed that it'll make you go, what? Okay? They'll lose you or something. They're very much born leaders because of that detail, that analytical thinking on their part, right? Then you've got sanguines. Sanguines are like the guys at the party who are all over the place. They're in this group, and then they're talking to that group, and they're at this group, and they're all over the place. If I'm sitting here talking to you, and all of a sudden I hear my name somewhere across the room, I'll be like, hey, I'll be right back, and I'm over there. They're very hyperactive kind of people. They talk very quickly. They do things very quickly. They're very all over the place. You can kind of say sometimes that they could be considered a little messy, like their desk could be a little out of range compared to the cleric. Sanguines are, and I am a sanguine to tell you this, they are go-getters. Let's go, let's get it done. They don't procrastinate. And clerics don't procrastinate. But clerics think their way before they do the project. Sanguines tend to jump right in. They're very willing to vote, stick their hand up in class, and things of that nature. Your phlegmatics are very slow people. They talk slow. They do things very slowly. They are the ones at the party who is sitting on the couch while everybody else is up and dancing and having a good time or whatever, they're sitting there and you ask them, hey, are you having fun? Oh, yeah, I'm great, man. It's all good. They're very slow. They do not do things very quickly. Now, my dad is a very phlegmatic person. It takes him a while. I used to say because he was a hillbilly, and it would take him forever to do something. I'd be like, Dad, I need your help, fixing my car. Well, 2 weeks later, hey, do you still need help? No, Dad, I needed it last week, right? And so phlegmatics are very slow, very calm. They're not very hyper at all. They're hard to get excited and things like that. And then you got your melancholies. They're kind of in between. They can react quickly, but sometimes they don't. They tend to be analytical thinkers. They make a great follower, a great squad leader, but not a true leader as far as over the whole. Melancholies tend to be poetic. They tend to explain things in a normal sense. They're very realistic and things like that. So you have these 4 traits. Now, every person has one main trait. Like me, I am sanguine. That is my main trait. And then you got a second trait that is not as strong as the first one. And then the rest and the other 2 just kind of linger in you somewhere, right? With these 4 traits, and knowing them and understanding them gives you a good opportunity to tell what type of person that is. Now, how can these help you as a teenager? Well, I learned about these 4 traits and stuff whenever I was in sales. I used to sell cars, and I used to sell signs for a business. The big outdoor signs you see, I used to sell those. And one of my friends trained me on it. And then I read that book, and I learned, and I utilized it, and it worked. My sales grew because I understood people now. By the time I shake your hand, I can tell what type of person you are by the answers you give me back. How quickly do you reach out to shake my hand? Are you reserved or tentative to shake my hand, right? Things like that. So as a teenager, you'll be able to use these. And one of the best ways to utilize it is in school. Now think about this one. If your teacher is a cleric, right? Their desk is very neat. When they talk like an engineer. It's hard to understand them a little bit, right? Well, imagine if, say, 20 out of the 25 kids in the class are cleric and the other 5 are not. Who do you think's going to listen to the teacher more? The ones that are like the teacher, the clerics. They will understand that teacher. The teacher will write down certain things on the chalkboard in very detailed manner. Those cleric students, classmates of yours, will be able to understand that pretty quickly. But if you're a sanguine, listening to the teacher's going to sound boring to you. He or she's going to be almost like speaking another language. That's why sometimes you teenagers and kids in school have a hard time. And the problem is teachers don't understand this. So when that teacher is a cleric, that teacher expects you guys to pretty much be clerics, which will not happen. That's why you have that influx of teaching, right? Now, imagine that teacher is a sanguine, very fast talker, writes notes very quickly, and things like that. And then half the class could be clerics. Well, to the clerics and the melancholies, that teacher's way too fast. They can't keep up. It's hard to write notes because that teacher is talking so quickly and going through subject matter too fast that it's hard for the clerics to actually write notes and keep up, right? Now, how else can knowing personality traits help you in life? By knowing and reacting to people in the outside world, okay? Say you're a server in a restaurant, like I used to be that too. That's considered sales also, right? Sanguines, I can actually, because of personality traits, by the time I walk to your table and you and your mom and dad are there, by the time I say hi and you respond back, I know what types you are and how to serve you best, right? If your mom looks right at me and smiles and says hi and we start gabbing, she's sanguine. If you're sitting there with your mom and dad and you're phlegmatic, I'll say hi and you'll just sit there and kind of look at your thing and you'll look up and grin, but you won't really talk, right? You'll just kind of, And then if, say, your dad's a cleric, he will look at the menu and say hi, but not directly look at me, or things like that, you see? And then that gives me as an opportunity as your server to know who to truly work on, who will take the most work to please. Your mom will be easy to please. Your dad will be the hardest one to please. So I've got to make sure my bootstraps are on to serve your dad more, because he's going to be more critical of what I do and what you do. Okay? In real life, these things can help you, and when it comes into contact with new people that you don't know, you can judge them a little bit better. It gives you a better insight on them, how to react to them. Because sometimes when you meet a person in life and you say you're a cleric and he's a sanguine, you might not end up becoming friends because of that. But if you understand those traits, you can utilize it. You see? All of this from a man from 1,000 years ago, and still being used today. So in a sense, this video is to teach you a little bit about personalities and history too. It's amazing that 4 words can still be used today. So you guys have a wonderful day. I hope I was able to help on this, and I hope it gets you to want to read that book, Personality Plus, on Amazon. I'm not selling it. I'm wanting you to try it. And I think you might even be able to get a free sample of it to get a taste of it. And also in the book comes a test that you can take for your family and your mom and dad and your brothers and sisters. You can take that test and it'll show you. Actually, this book can help parents understand their children. See, I've got 6. We did the test, and I know each one of my kids and what they are and how to parent them better, because 2 of them are sanguine. I can give them a bunch of things to do, because one thing will make them bored. But the cleric one, I give him one big thing to do so he can concentrate and do it right. All right? So you have a great day. I hope this helps. And subscribe, pass the word on. I'm here for you, and I'm here to help you, and I'm here to help you out and get you on the right track of moving out on your own into the great big world of being an adult. Have a good day, you guys.